Hello guys, this is Paul McWhorter with TopTechBoy.com, and we are here today with lesson number 54 in our incredible tutorial series where you are learning artificial intelligence on the Jetson Nano. I will need you to pour yourself a nice big mug of iced coffee. I'm going to need you to get out your Jetson Nano gear, and I'm going to need you to get ready to learn some cool new stuff. Hey, as always, I want to give a shout out to you guys who are helping me out over at Patreon. It is your help and your encouragement that keeps this great content coming. You guys that are not helping out yet, look down in the description. I have a link over to my Patreon account. Think about hopping on over there and hooking a brother up. But enough of this shameless self-promotion. Let's jump in and let's talk about what we are going to learn today. I do believe last week in lesson number 53, I left you with a homework assignment. I sort of showed you how we could use the Jetson Inference libraries and utilities combined with OpenCV to sort of come up with some artificial intelligence programs that were the best of both worlds. We love OpenCV because it makes it easy to grab an image from the camera, gives us a lot of degrees of control over how we do that, and also it's great for displaying the image because it gives us all types of hooks and control on how we want it to look. So the grabbing the frame and the showing the frame is something that we do in OpenCV, but the actual object detection, the actual object recognition, we do using the NVIDIA Jetson Inference libraries. Now, the one kind of tough thing or the one little tricky thing about that is they use different formats. So we grab it in OpenCV and BGR, we convert it to CUDA RGBA float 32, and then boom, we are ready to go. Now, what your homework assignment is, I sort of showed you how to use the object detection libraries that NVIDIA had put together. And I just sort of showed you how to kind of get some parameters off of that. And your homework was to go in and look at a scene from a live camera and then box the things that are recognized and then label the boxes. So were you guys successful in doing that? I hope you were. But for you lazy old guys out there that didn't do it, never fear, I will do it for you. So let's call up our nice Visual Studio Code. And I had better get out of your way. This looks like a pretty good view. I do believe we are working in the NVIDIA folder. And we will add a fresh new program, which we will call Deep Learning -7.py. All right, so we got a fresh new program. And where we want to start with the code that we ended with in lesson number 53. And so those of you who didn't save your code, and you know who you are, you guys that did the last lesson but didn't save your code or lost it, don't make me call you out by name, but you know who you are. But never fear. What I've done is you can go to the most excellent www.toptechboy.com and you can search on lesson number 53. And then if you come down here, you can get the code that we left off with in that lesson. So just single click on the double page, right mouse click and copy. And then we will come back, we will get this out of the way, come back over to Visual Studio Code, and we will paste. Boom. Okay, let's make sure that this program is still running. Right mouse click, run Python file in terminal. I'm running it on the webcam just because it's on a wire and easier to move around, but you guys know that you can do this program on the webcam or the Raspberry Pi camera because I kind of have both lines of code. You just got to figure out which one to comment out. Okay. Making us wait a little while in eager anticipation. Okay, there it goes. And then we'll just kind of point it down here at some stuff. And then we'll quit. And then we'll come over here and look and see if it found anything. Yeah, look, it found a keyboard, and a person. Okay. The two keyboards are very obvious, and then even if it sees my hand, it identifies me as a person. Okay, like any part of a person counts as a person, so that makes sense. All right, but now what were you supposed to do? You were supposed to come in now and box those things. Well, now, to do this, what you've got to see is it finds lots of objects, and then it has kind of a list of arrays, and you have to step through in detections. It's all the things that it found bundled together. You have to step through all of those things one at a time. So I step through detections in a for loop where I loop on detect, so it gets the first thing detected, then next time through the next thing detected, the next thing detected, okay? And then for a given detect, I can find the ID of it with ID is equal to detect.classID, and then top left, bottom right, an item. Man, this was an easy homework. I almost did it for you. I did too much of it for you. I should really make you guys do more on your own. Okay, so now instead of printing these things that we found, we will comment that out. What do I want to do? I want to put a box around it. Okay, I want to put a box around it. So I am going to say cv2.rectangle, cv2.rectangle. And what do I want a rectangle? IMG. Remember, whoa, that was crazy. Remember, IMG is what we read in, and then we convert it to frame to do the detection. But now we want to go back and we want to work with our original IMG. The purpose of frame was just to do the detections. Okay, so we're going to do it on image. And then if you remember how this thing, how this rectangle works, it wants the kind of left top and then right bottom, and it wants those 2 points as a tuple. So I will say left, which I already found, top, which I already found, and then I'll scoot over, and then I need to give it the right bottom coordinate. Okay, and now I need to give it a color. I like green today. 0, 255, 255. All right, 0, 255, 0. All right, and now we are going to make it a line width, not inside the tuple, but go outside, and then comma 1, and that should give us the tuple. And that should give us, what am I doing here? Yeah, this is the color, and then this is going to be the thickness of the line. And so this should just box things if it works. Let's go ahead and run this and see if it works, just to make sure that we didn't make a mistake in our first line of code. This was too easy. I've got to start making things harder. Whoa! Did that crash? I can't believe that crashed, but maybe I didn't actually run it. Okay, it's loading the libraries. So far, so good. So far, so good. Whoa. Okay, it tried to load and then it died. Okay, an integer is required and got a type tuple. Okay, that is pretty annoying. Okay, on this left top, those are the things that I put in that are variables. And so what I'm going to guess is that those are not integers. And so even though I asked for the top, left, right, I wonder if I can go back and look at our earlier run. We were printing out, I thought, we were printing those things out. Ah, look at that. The location is not an integer. And so we need to go in and make these ints when we grab them. So I'm going to say int, make an integer out of, no, not out of detect. That already was an integer. But if we go to this detect.top is a float, so I need to make it an int by doing an int open and then close. And then I need to make this one an int open, close. Bottom has got to be an int. Why would they give a fraction of a pixel? Is that not crazy? You can't have a fraction of a pixel. All right, like that. Let's see. This should make rectangles. This should make rectangles this time. I really think it's going to work. I mean, how much can go wrong with one line of code? Probably shouldn't ask. Probably going to find out. But let's see what happens here. Okay, got some stuff going on. It's at that slow cocoa loaded step there. Got some stuff happening. The old GStreamer warning. What is this? Oh, okay, hey, we got something to pop up here. Okay, and then it died. It still doesn't like this. Okay, it still doesn't like this rectangle thing even after I fix that. Did I fix all of them? Hey, I didn't put int there. What did I do? I put the parentheses around it, but it didn't put the int on there. Okay, let's try it again. I don't know how that happened. Maybe I am, in fact, going insane, but you guys probably saw what happened, but I don't know what happened. Okay, things are looking good. You guys should have been able to do this. This was really an easy homework. But we'll go ahead. We'll do a little bit more than what I asked you to do today. Okay, so let's see. Like if I look at the keyboard, it finds it. It finds both keyboards. It finds both mice, 3 keyboards, 2 mice, and a partridge and a pear tree. All right, and let's see. Yep, still finding things. All right, so what's good? We have got the things boxed that it found. Okay, we have got the things boxed, which it found. What is not so good? We still need to label them. And this camera is going to drive me insane because it never wants to focus. It never wants, oh, there it is. Okay, that's a great focus. Wow. I'm very particular about having things in focus. I used to be a photographer back in the day, and so focus, one of those things that's very important to me. Okay, so let's quit out of that. And now we are going to do the dreaded put text command. The dreaded put text command. Have you noticed that I have more errors in the old put text command than in any other command? So let's see if we can do it this time without errors. Okay, so we are going to say cv2.putText, all right, and then we're going to go img, and then we're going to label the item, and remember we got the item up here, so we know what the name of the item is, so we're going to put that name on the box, and then we are going to put it in a tuple, because we know it wants a tuple left, and then top plus 20. All right, left and top plus 20 because we don't want it half in the box, half out of the box. The plus 20 will bring it down a little, so it should be all in the box that way. Nice and neat. And then we got to tell it the font, and we did define the font up here. Yeah, right here we define the font, so that's good. So it's going to know a font to use, so we'll put font in there. And then let's have it 0.75 on the text size. And I think I'm going to make it red. So I'm going to go 0, 0. Man, I hit something strange there. 0, 0, 255 should be red in the old BGR, blue, green, red color space. And then I think I will make the thickness 1, like that. Now I'm going to make that one 2. Okay, text needs to be a little bit more readable. Okay, so let's see what happens here. Right mouse click, run Python file in terminal. Okay, it's doing its thinking here. I am enjoying my coffee. I am really enjoying my coffee. I should do a show one day just on coffee. Okay, so let's see. There we go. And look at that keyboard. And I've got that dreaded focus problem. Come on and focus, you aggravating thing. Okay, there. Keyboard, mouse, Shazam, homework done. All right, look at that. Okay, look at that. Okay, pointed up there at the umbrella, the lighting, that looks good. It's finding chairs and books and TVs, and it ought to be able to do that bottle. Why can it? Yeah, it's doing the bottles there. Finding the bottles. Finding some of the books. I find it interesting that it has a little more trouble with the book. Refrigerator, it thinks my espresso roast. Hey, you guys that sent me the coffee up there, somebody just sent me a nice big crate of coffee. Really appreciate that. That was really nice. And hold on, just, yeah. I'll save that for another day. All right, so let's leave this back here. Okay, so let's think about this, right? So now we've just done kind of like on our own what the Jetson utilities do by themselves. But then let me show you kind of what we can do now that we can do things on our own. This isn't that different than what their result was, but let me show you what this allows us to do. Like you guys who kind of have been with me a while on this channel know by now that I hate cats. I don't like cats. I think that your cat is not a domesticated animal. If you have a cat in the house, I got to let you know that cat is sitting there looking at you, kind of being nice so you'll keep it around, but he's thinking about the day. One day that guy's going to die and I'm going to eat him. Okay, all he looks at you as is food, and he's not actually going to kill you. Well, maybe if you were close to the end, he would kind of help nudge you over the edge. But when you die, he's going to eat you. That's how cats are. I do not like cats. All right, so let's see what I could do here. Since I never want to see another cat as long as I live, I could come up here and right before CV2 rectangle, I could just say, let's make TK equal to 1. And then on my line thickness in boxing the items, instead of making that 1, let's make that TK. Okay, no change, right? No change. TK is 1. But, my friend, if item equal cat, then if item equal cat, then what are we going to do? If item equal cat, we are going to say TK equal -1, like that. Okay, now let's run it. Run Python file in terminal. Okay, so now if we look down here, things are kind of normal. We've got keyboards, we've got a mouse, we've got a coffee cup, we've got a cup, we've got an umbrella. Things are pretty normal. But if we come over here, and then we can come over here, and then what we are going to do. Can you believe this? I got this cat video. All right, let me show you this thing. Okay, so we come here and look at that. I don't have to sit and look at that cat. It blocks it out. Now, if I made goggles for myself and wore it with a camera, I would never have to look at another cat again. Now, I want you to notice something here. You see how this cat, do you see how this cat is playing with a toy? The cat is playing with the toy. And this video, let's see, this video has 3,102,935 views. Okay, my friend, my videos get like 2,000 views. I went to Stanford. I got a master's degree. I spent my life learning technology. I'm bringing a lifetime of experience to share with the world for free. And I get 2,000, 3,000 views. And this guy takes a picture of his cat, and he gets 3,100,000 views of his cat playing with a toy. You guys had better go over to Patreon and hook a brother up and help me out here, because there's people out there getting 3 million views by putting up silly cat videos. You know what I'm going to do? All right, the cat has been done. I'm going to do chickens. I've got chickens. I'm going to put a little chicken cam in my chicken coop, and people can tune in and see if the chicken is going to lay an egg. Ooh, the suspense. You sit there and you watch all day waiting for the chicken to lay an egg. I am going to do that. Okay, I have digressed. I'm sorry. I will get back on topic. Let's turn the silly cat video back on. Okay, silly cat video. Okay, this is working pretty good, isn't it? I do not have to look at that cat. I need to make something else that blocks out that 3 million views that this guy has. Okay, let's see here. Let me see. We need to get on to a different cat. Okay, here we go. Okay, that's blocking him out pretty good, isn't it? Oh, and his friend as well. Okay, we got another cat. And we are blocking that cat out pretty darn well, aren't we? Let's look at this one. Oh, yeah, you didn't even have to look at that one. Okay, so this is kind of showing you what you can do with this. And while this is kind of just a silly demonstration that I did with cats, what you can imagine is you can look at a scene and you can find different things, and then when you found different things, you can do different things based on what you found. Similarly, you could kind of think about what we did with the image, with the facial recognition. You could sort of take different actions based on whether it's a known person, whether it is an unknown person. You could even come up, you could train it differently. You could have like one group of people that you like and one group of people that you don't like, and then you could do different things, whether the person coming up to you or to your camera or your Jetson Nano is one of the liked people or is one of the unliked people. So you see, there's just, well, again, I'm just kind of being silly with these examples. You can see that by being able to unwind and unpack the data coming from those object detection models, you can then go in and start developing your own code. And that was really what I wanted to do in the last few lessons. You know, not just run the Jetson CAN routines that allow you to kind of impress someone, show someone, oh, look what I can do, but then not have any ability to go in and start working with it. What we've shown you here is a method where now you can go out and you can begin pursuing your own ideas based on what the Jetson Nano is seeing. Hey, got some really neat new lessons coming up. Hope you guys will stay tuned in. Also, just a reminder, there's some good stuff going on over on my Jetson Xavier NX lessons that those will also run on the Jetson Nano, and so you might just check out some of those videos because some of that stuff might be of interest to you. And if you've gotten to lesson 54 in this series, you will certainly be able to run any of the things in the new Jetson Xavier NX series. On that, I sort of backed up, so if somebody just started at lesson number 1 there, they could go along and learn the stuff. So some of the earlier lessons are going to be repetitive of stuff you've already known, but then we're really getting into some cool new stuff in that series of lessons. Okay, guys, seriously, really would appreciate it if you guys would give me a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, ring the bell so you'll get notifications of my upcoming videos. And I really do appreciate you guys that are helping me out on Patreon. Really is an encouragement for me to keep this material coming. Share these videos with other people. Okay, guys, this is Paul McWhorter with TopTechBoy.com. I will talk to you guys later.